Hello everybody and welcome to another week of Makers Monday. I am Anastasia Radloff, aka Stampin' Blondie, and I'm excited to be with you here today as I create 3 projects live for you step by step. Now let me just make sure that I'm live here over on Facebook. I'm also live over on YouTube. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, make sure to comment. Say hi, let me know where you're joining from. It's always fun to see where everybody is watching each week. So it looks like I am live over on Facebook and I'm live over on YouTube. So I am excited to be with you here tonight. Now, I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. My husband and I were able to get off island and go explore mainland Rhode Island. If you didn't know, Rhode Island is the smallest state in the United States, and so you can get anywhere in Rhode Island in an hour. So we were able to go across the bridge and check out the United States' second smallest national park, and it's only 4 acres, so not very big at all. And it was where Providence, Rhode Island was founded. And then just right up the road is, it was the first cotton mill in the United States, a water-powered cotton mill. And so we visited that as well. And I collect national park stamps. And so I got my national park stamps in my passport book stamped for the entire state of Rhode Island in just 1 or 2 visits. So it was a great weekend. It was really nice here yesterday. Today, not so much. It stormed and definitely a lot different than yesterday, but it was great to kind of get out and explore a little bit. And finally, on Friday, I visited my first Rhode Island beach. I know we had talked about that last week. Got a little suntan and just enjoyed the Friday day at the beach. It was really nice. My husband was at class, so it was just myself, my book, and the waves, and it was great. So, all right, hello, Mom from the hot state of Iowa. Definitely not missing those hot temperatures right now, but I'll miss them come January. Hello, Donna and Carol, Nancy, thank you all for joining me here today. All right, today I'm going to be creating 3 projects featuring the Painted Lavender stamp set and dies. Where did I live before this? So before I lived in Rhode Island, I just moved to Rhode Island in July last month, but for the past 8 years I was living in Arizona. My husband is active duty military, and so we just moved to Rhode Island for him to attend schooling that is here. And I lived in Iowa. I grew up in Iowa. I'm from Cedar Rapids, so that's where I'm originally from. Donna, hopefully you are familiar with Cedar Rapids. Anybody from Iowa is familiar with Cedar Rapids, so yeah. Hello, Barb in Tucson. I hope you're having a great day today. All right, so 3 projects featuring the Painted Lavender stamps and dies. Now, it's not a bundle. So this was a bundle in a previous catalog, and because it carried over to the annual catalog, it's no longer offered as a bundle, but you can still purchase these 2 items. And they still coordinate with each other, and you'll be able to use them. They're just not offered in that one bundle number pricing anymore. All right, I have a lot of things to go over before I jump into the project, so let's go ahead and get into that. So let me move that out of the way, and there we go. So first up, Saturday is the last day for our Designer Series paper sale. So 15% off select Designer Series papers from the annual catalog. The Designer Series paper that I am using today is on sale. So online, there's a link in the description of this video that takes you to the Designer Series papers that are on sale, so you don't have to kind of comb through and see what is and what is not on sale. So link is in the description of this video. Saturday is the last day because it is August 31st to take advantage of our 15% off Designer Series paper sale. I've talked about this the last couple weeks, so you guys should already know about that one. All right, next up, coming soon, debuting next week, is the September through December mini catalog. And if you are on my catalog listing, those are getting sent out tomorrow. They're all packaged up, tagged. They're ready to go to the post office tomorrow. But every catalog that comes out, I do a paper share. So what exactly is a paper share? You get a sampling of all the designer series papers, specialty designer series papers, and for this first time, I'm including online exclusive papers as well in this paper share. So you get all the designer series papers cut down to 6 by 6, and it's a little sampling. So you get to see which papers you like the most, and then if later on you want to invest in the full package, then you know exactly what they already look like, and you know if that is something you want to purchase. This is great for those that are wanting to kind of feel out their supplies before they purchase the full packages of them. So this share is 85 sheets of designer series paper. You register, the deadline to register for this is a Monday of next week. So just 1 week, it's a very short turnaround on this. Link in the description of this video has all the details. It includes priority shipping. I cut everything down to 6 by 6. I package it up for you. I label everything. It's a great way, like I said, to get a sampling of all the designer series papers from the new catalog. Plus this time I'm adding online exclusives. So they're all holiday papers, and it's a great way to kind of get all those different papers in your craft supply. Now next, my September Club Craft and Create. I announced this last week. This is featuring, I have all the basket right here. This is featuring the Reindeer Fun stamp set and dies. These are from the brand new mini catalog that comes out next week. Here are the dies to go along with this. So Reindeer Fun. There's actually, it's a 2-sheet die set, so you get all these different dies, and they do cut out images from the designer series paper. So here is that stamp set again. You can add this onto your, class kit if you'd like, or you can create projects however you are wanting to. Now in this, you receive a half a package of the Reindeer Days 12 by 12 designer series paper. You also receive a full project PDF tutorial, step-by-step color of pictures of how to put the projects together, as well as a private video of the class, so you learn how to put them together as well. So here's the projects really quick. I'm not going to show them all because it's supposed to be kind of a surprise too, but you get 8 projects, 4 different designs to each of those different designs. All the cardstock, die cut pieces, embellishments, these are the cherry cobbler and pearl berries, as well as a full roll of this is the 3/8 inch frayed grosgrain ribbon. I think it's grosgrain. Grosgrain? I think it's grosgrain. But it's white and it goes with everything. So the deadline to register for this is September 8th, so a little over a week to register for this. And then Club Craft and Create for September, October, and November. We create holiday projects so that by December you're ready to go for Christmas. So September Club Craft and Create featuring the Reindeer Fun Bundle that's brand new from the mini catalog. Deadline to register for this is September 8th. Now I haven't announced this just yet, but I know a lot of you love when I host Stamp and Bingo. And Stamp and Bingo is back. I love Stamp and Bingo. It's my customer's favorite event that I do. And Spooktacular Stamp and Bingo will be back on Saturday, October 5th. This is a virtual event, so no matter where you live in the United States, you can play along with me. We do 7 rounds of bingos, make and take projects, and this is featuring the Playful Ghosts stamp set from the online exclusives. So you can already go online and see what it looks like. It's not in a catalog. It's Playful Ghosts, hence the term spooktacular. So more details on how to register for this will be coming out soon. I just wanted to get everybody a save the date because I know it is a customer's favorite event that I host. Every time I would host it in Tucson, it would sell out. So Saturday, October 5th, 1 p.m. Eastern time, held via Zoom. So no matter where you live, you can play along with me. And then the last thing I have is my September through December calendar of events. If you are on my catalog listing, this is included in your catalog mailing, so you'll get a copy of this. If you're not, it is on my website, stampinblondie.com, under classes and events. You can scroll down and find the link to this to find out what upcoming classes and events I will be hosting through the end of the year. Now, of course, everything is contingent on while supplies last and what's available, but this is my plan for what I have through the end of the year. Of course, things may change. And then on the back, there's also a listing of what's coming up for Makers Monday as well, so you can kind of plan and see what's going on there. All right. Let's go ahead and do Prize Patrol. Okay, I did say it right. Grow Grain. Thank you, Barb. Grow Grain Ribbon. That's so weird that it's spelled like that, but I'm glad I said it right. So last week, Prize Patrol, because I hadn't done Prize Patrol in a bit because of moving, it was a twofer. We had the Into the Clouds embossing folder and a package of the Gingham Designer Series paper. Our winner from last week was Shar Lighton, so congratulations, Shar. I think I have your address already. If not, I'll reach out to you. But thank you for sharing my video. All she had to do was share the video and comment that she shared, and she was entered into Prize Patrol. Now this week, our Prize Patrol, because I'm feeling a little bit giving again, is a twofer as well. The Perfect Pomegranate stamp set, as well as the cork rounds, adhesive backed cork rounds. These are really fun. I liked these. 2 different sizes, and you can color them with Stampin' Blends to change the color of it as well. So all you have to do is share this video, comment that you shared. Sometimes Facebook settings don't always allow me know who exactly has shared. So you want to share, then comment, and then you'll be entered into Prize Patrol. Now, because next week is Labor Day weekend here in the States, I will not be having a Facebook Live, so I'll be drawing for that in 2 weeks. I'll be traveling next weekend, so definitely you've got a little bit longer to share the video here. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, and then the last thing, if you have not been on my listing to receive the September through December mini catalog. If you are on the listing, you got a tracking number this afternoon. So that's how you know if you're on the list or not. If you have not attended a class of mine or placed an order with me in the last 6 months, you'll want to put in a request for a catalog. It's absolutely free. You just go online. There's a link in the description of this video to request your catalog, and I will send you a catalog as well as a class schedule too. So I can't show you the inside until next week, but mini catalog starts September 4th. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. All right, let's jump into our projects. So yesterday on my website and Facebook as well, I shared this card. This features the Painted Lavenders stamp set and the coordinating dies. So unfortunately, I didn't realize when I was creating these projects. So here's the Painted Lavender stamp set. Like I said, this carried over to the annual catalog. It's just not offered as a bundle anymore. So you have the Painted Lavender stamp set with the coordinating Painted Lavender dies. So we know that. Now, the last catalog, these 2 items were also paired with these, the Perennial Postage dies and the Perennial Postage stamp set. Now, for some reason, the dies carried over, but the stamp set did not. And I didn't realize that until after I made all my projects. So Perennial Postage stamp set, I'm going to use it on the projects today because that's what I used on the samples. But unfortunately, this is not available anymore. Just substitute with whatever you have in your craft supply with sentiments. It's just a sentiment stamp set. So I'm not sure why the dies carried over, but not the stamps. I don't know how they choose things like that, but we're gonna use it all. Just know that you'll have to switch out your sentiments. Now, today I'll be creating these projects, so here is one of them. Now, this designer series paper did carry over. This is the Perennial Lavender designer series paper, and this paper is one of the ones that's on sale for the designer series paper sale. We have this one here. I really like that postage look with the gingham. It's really pretty paired together. And then this project right here, again, focusing the most on the designer series paper for that sale. Now, here is what the Perennial Lavender designer series paper looks like. If you are a fan of purple, these are the projects for you. Berry Burst, which is the color of my shirt here today. So Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Fresh Freesia, Highland Tether, Gorgeous Grape. The only kind of purpley color it doesn't have is Bubble Bath, but Bubble Bath can be like a purple and a pink depending on what you pair it with. So it's got 5 different purples in here, a really pretty color mixture. So this is the Perennial Lavender designer series paper. Now, don't forget, each week I offer these as a class kit to go, so you can create these projects at home. All of your cardstock designer series paper, it's all die cut, ready to go. The only thing that's not included are your stamped images. I can't send stamped images through the mail. So with a $35 order prior to shipping and tax on my website, you can choose any supplies that you want, and I will send you this class kit to go. So you can add on the Painted Lavender stamp set and dies if you want, the Perennial postage if you want, choose another sentiment set to go along with these projects. But these are the class supplies that I'll send you for this week's class kit to go. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna move some of this stuff around so it's a little more conducive. Now, don't forget, on my website, stampandblondie.com, you can print out your project PDF, and it has all of the item names, numbers, prices for the projects that I am completing here today. Don't forget, there's that back side. And so you can see all the supplies that I used. So if you are wanting to complete these projects and you needed to place that order for that kit, you can see exactly what I have on my card. Hello, Veronica. I hope you had a great weekend as well. And Susan, watching from Scotland, I hope you aren't too chilly over there just yet. All right, first project we're gonna create is this one right here. I should probably get that in focus if you wanna see what it looks like. So let's get some of this out of the way here. So we have a piece of basic white cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we're gonna use our bone folder here to crisp up our line. You can still see remnants of my suntan that I got at the beach on Friday. Because my arms were already pre-tan, I usually wear an Apple Watch, so there was white right there, and that little bit got sunburned. Very strange. And the top of my feet got sunburned. My legs did not, but my feet did. And I wear sandals all the time, so my feet aren't white. I don't know why. Okay, so I forgot to test this before we get started, so hopefully it doesn't have too many glue buggies here. But we have our piece of designer series paper, and of course we got glue bugs clogging up. Let's see. There we go, maybe. I don't want to push too hard and then it all comes flailing out. All right, we're gonna have to use some tape runner, and hopefully that will work a little bit later. Okay, stamp it. Oh my gosh, I'm having the worst time with adhesives here today. What is going on? All right, move that over there. Let's try a different one. Let's see. Hopefully this one will work. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna add this here, right in the middle. A beach beauty. I'm telling you, the beach, like I went, because I follow the city on Facebook, and you have to pay to park at the beach. It was $25 during the week, $35 on the weekend. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go during the week so I can save some money. And we're gonna add dimensionals to the back of this. And so I got there early because it's tourist season right now, and they're like, the beaches fill up and you have to park in certain spots. And so I wanted to get there early. I got there around 10 o'clock, and then I went to go park and they're like, cash only. I was like, oh, well, I don't have cash. So I had to then go to find an ATM, get some cash, and go back. Luckily it wasn't full, so I was still able to make it work. Okay, we are gonna make this work now because I need this. Well, while I was there, it was filling up very quickly, and I just realized that it's definitely different than the type. I grew up in Florida, so I went to the beach a lot there, but it's definitely a lot different than like what I'm used to going to the beach. I don't know. I just brought my wagon, and it was my scrapbook wagon, and then now it's my gosh, why is this so clogged? This is gonna drive me nuts. Normally I kind of work this before I go live, and I forgot to tonight, and now it's not coming out, of course, right when I need it. All right, glue dots it is. We are gonna throw that in the garbage and we're gonna use glue dots. Okay, so I've already pre-die cut 2 of these from the Painted Lavender dies. It is this little die right here. And we're gonna add glue dots to the back of this because my liquid glue will not come out. I have way more, so I just don't wanna get up and get it right now in the middle of the video. So we're gonna add 1 here, glue dots to the rescue, and another one right over here. There we go, still is gonna look great. And now we're gonna do our sentiment. So we have our perennial postage, and we're gonna take, this is Fresh Freesia, and we're gonna use Highland Heather ink. I wanted the paper to be lighter and the sentiment to be darker. So we're gonna do this sentiment that says, sending love and best wishes. So we're going to stamp right in the middle. I've already pre-die cut this just to save a little bit of time. And now we're gonna add dimensionals to the back of this. Right, back of that. Everybody says the Midwest is sweltering. I mean, 98's not too bad. I was living in Tucson, so it wasn't bad. The water was nice, but okay, so they have this issue right now with red seaweed, and it's coming up onto the shore. So there was a huge long clumps of red seaweed that you had to wander through to get to the water. I just put my feet in the water, but it still felt really nice. But I am glad I didn't actually like go swimming in it because of all the red seaweed. It, like, even just on my feet, I got out of the water and there was huge clumps of seaweed all on my feet. I found some really cool shells. I'll take a picture of them and I'll post it. But I found 2 huge clam shells. I found, they're right over there. I guess I could probably get up and grab it really quick, but here, I'll show you. They're super cool. I don't know. These were just on the water. Like, I don't know what this is, so bear with me. But I found like this. It's big, like that's 2 of these. And then some cool pieces. I don't know, just like little shells, and they're gonna go on my canoe shelf back there. So all the things that I find on the beach are gonna go on that canoe shelf. Now I got sand all on here. Seaweed is better than fish nibbling your toes. Yes, that's my biggest fear. That's why I don't like to swim in the ocean and swim in lakes. I'm afraid of fish biting my toes. Okay, so this is the cream 1/4-inch woven ribbon. It's not very vanilla, it's called cream, and it's kind of really soft and textured. So I just tied it into a knot, and we're gonna add this on with a mini glue dot. And we're going to put this on here. Yeah, the bead, it was really cool. And then my husband and I went to our first lobster bake last week too. Like, we're trying to do all the New England stuff. We're only here for a year, so we're trying to do all the fun stuff before we leave. And oh, wrong color. And just get all the stuff in to see and do. All right, so these are the purple fine shimmer gems. They come in 3 colors. It's like Berry Burst, Gorgeous Grape, and Highland Heather. And here is our first card today, featuring the Painted Lavender's stamp set and dies. Very easy to put together, really great on that designer series paper aspect. But there is our first project. I hope you guys like that one. I will tell you, mixing designer series papers with the 2 different patterns sometimes throws me off a little bit. I like everything to kind of match, but I think it was fun to get that. Where did I get my dot holder? Everybody always asks me this. This is called the Glue Dot Desktop Dispenser. It's been discontinued for a long time. If you can find it on eBay, I highly suggest grabbing it because it's very hard to find it. Now I have sand all over my desk, so I'm just gonna, there we go. Okay, next card here. This is this is Fresh Freesia cardstock. So we're gonna start with that 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4 again. And make sure I got all my little pieces out. And we're going to take that, I've already scored it, so we're gonna use our bone folder here. Yes, there's lots of purple lovers, so I knew this would be the Maker's Monday for them. We have that designer series paper, and we're gonna attach it first to our piece of basic white cardstock. And we're going to adhere that on, and before we put that on, we're gonna wrap some of that cream ribbon across the middle. So right there. So you don't wanna add anything down to the card base just yet, because we're gonna take our piece of cream ribbon just long enough to be able to wrap around the edge. And we're gonna bring in Goldie, my trusted tape dispenser, and wrap this ribbon. And we're just gonna secure it on the back with a piece of Scotch tape. You don't need any kind of fancy adhesive when nobody's gonna see what the back looks like. Where do we go after this year? We don't know yet. The military will tell my husband probably January, February. We found out January this year that we were moving here, so I'm expecting January. Back to Arizona, I wish. If we were going back to Arizona, I probably would have stayed there because there would have been no point of me moving here for a year just to move back. Plus we sold our house in Arizona, so I definitely would not have sold my house if we were going back. Right now, you never know, like where you could go, probably maybe, you know, my husband's thinking maybe like the Pentagon or somewhere higher up. I don't know. We will see where the Air Force tells us to go. But it's just a year here. He's going to a schooling here, so that's why we're just here for a year. But so far I like it. I like the ocean. Okay, so we put dimensionals on the back. I wrapped the ribbon across the front and add that to the card. Now I've already pre-die cut a piece of basic white cardstock with the nested essentials dies, and we're going to take this stamp. We're gonna use this one right here. So you can kind of make them two-toned, but if you're just gonna stamp the one image, you're just gonna wanna stamp the big flower by itself. So we're gonna start first with the Highland Heather, and that's gonna go in the middle. I'm gonna ink that up and just stamp it right here. Now, I would love to go back to Arizona when my husband retires from the military. Tucson is definitely a contender on our list for that. But you never know where life will take you. All right, next we're gonna do fresh freesia, and I'm gonna take my, hopefully not knock down my computer, take my Stamp and Scrub and clean off my stamp. And we're going to stamp 2 of these now on either side with the fresh freesia. So right there. And then again here. There you go. Now the stem, we are, yeah, it is. Yes, Tucson is a contender to move back to, but like, I don't know what, if we go back to Tucson, I would have to have definitely a much bigger craft room. Like, I don't know. It would have to be like a custom built house. Okay, I'm using Lost Lagoon, and I'm stamping the stems of the flowers here. And I'm just using a spare piece of paper so I don't get any ink on my workspace. Here we go. And we're gonna add this on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Now I'm only gonna add dimensionals on the top and bottom of this because that ribbon is gonna run across right in the middle. So here and there. Those edge pieces of the dimensionals work really good for doing these kind of strips of designer series paper, or of the dimensionals. And then there. We're gonna take that ribbon, we're just gonna take a little piece, probably maybe like 4 inches, and we're gonna tie it into a knot. We're not gonna do a bow on this one, just a simple knot. Pull it tight, and then this is gonna go right here. We're gonna add it on with a glue dot. Or you can tie it under the ribbon and knot it on that way too. I do this side because it seems like it's a little flatter. There we go. And our sentiment says, "Here for you always." And I'm gonna stamp that on a piece of crumb cake cardstock in tuxedo black ink. And we're going to just fussy cut this out. I wanted to use the perennial postage dies, but unfortunately for this size of a stamp, because the sentiment at the end is quite large, with the dies I would have to get bigger and bigger, and it would cover up quite a bit of that little area of the card. So I'm just going to hand cut it out. And with this, you can get as detailed as you want. I'm just gonna do kind of a quick cut around the words. I know some of you hate fussy cutting, some of you love fussy cutting, but when you don't have dies to go along with what you need, you gotta make it work. So, oh, I didn't finish my story about the lobster bake. So I am not a seafood person. I have never really liked seafood. I know my parents, we grew up in, I lived in Maryland for a few years. I live in Florida. They tried to get me to eat seafood. It's not my thing. But I tried. My husband got lobster. I got a steak. I tried his lobster. I will tell you, I'm not a fan. It's rubbery. It's bland. Of course, you have to dunk it in massive amounts of butter. And I didn't want to get a stomach ache from that. So I'm glad I didn't get the lobster. I tried it. That's what the whole point was of my decision to get a steak, is so I could try his. And then if I didn't like it, I didn't waste the money. But it's just not my thing. Not my thing. I know some people love it, and I tried it, couldn't get it. But I did try a clam cake, and it was like a hush puppy, and I love hush puppies. So I had 2 of those. I had 2. They were just like this big, but it was like the perfect amount because then I had my steak and I was good. I'm trying new things here. I've had lobster bisque. Okay, that was good. That lobster bisque I had was good. Lobster mac and cheese, too fishy. So I'll let my husband get all that stuff. I'll try it and then I'll be good. So I fussy cut my sentiment, put dimensionals on the back. I used mini dimensionals just to make sure that they were the perfect size. And then we're gonna add 2 of these lighter gems, or actually 3, sorry, 3 of the lighter gems right here around the sentiment. And there's our second card today featuring the Painted Lavender stamp set. I did a whole class on this, Club Craft and Create, at the beginning of the year. I can't believe I did not do a Maker's Monday with it yet. I was going through my list of stuff that I had, and I was like, what can I do Maker's Monday on this week? And I was like, I haven't done Painted Lavender yet, so I thought that would be the perfect one. So I hope you guys like this one. This is my favorite this week. All right, and our last card here. This is great for beginner stampers. Very easy to put together. There is some die cutting. I've already did the die cutting, but it's very easy to put it together once you have everything ready to go. So this is Lost Lagoon cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, your standard card size. Use our bone folder here. All right, I have basic white cardstock, and we're gonna glue this down first with our Stamp and Seal. At least that one's cooperating for me tonight. Right in the middle. Now we have, this is die cut from that Perennial postage dies, and then I just cut a piece of designer series paper to fit on the inside of it. So I kind of had to play with the measurements a little bit just to get it to fit exactly how I wanted, but we're gonna add this right in the center of that die cut. I love this designer series paper, this one in particular, this pattern, because it's so simple and it goes with a variety of things. This one could be masculine or feminine projects you can use this gingham on. So even though you have a whole package of paper that's more floral, this pattern right here can be used for a lot of different projects. Dimensionals on the back of that, we're going to use the edges of these. So don't forget, don't throw your dimensional sheets away when you've used all of the normal dimensionals. These little edge pieces work great. There we go. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Elizabeth, Connie. Hope you guys are doing great tonight and had a wonderful Monday. There we go. And that's gonna go, make sure the card's going the right way. That's gonna go right in the middle. Our sentiment is gonna say, I can't thank you enough. Just like that first card, we're gonna do fresh freesia paper with the Highland Heather ink pad, just for that contrast of color. Normally on these lighter colors, I don't like to do tone-on-tone stamping, just because sometimes it's hard to see. So fresh freesia with our Highland Heather ink. Put that in there. I pre-die cut. This die here is from the Painted Lavender. It's this long piece right here. This is Lost Lagoon. I just pre-die cut it so it's a little easier for tonight. Now I do need liquid glue for this. All right, you guys didn't see my contraband here, but I have Nuvo glue. I like Nuvo glue too. So hopefully this one's not clogged up as well. Why are all of my glues clogged up? This one is too. Ugh. How was my beach time the other day? Oh gosh, so good. I will tell you, I fell asleep in my beach chair. That's how relaxing it was. I fell asleep in my beach chair. I got an ice cream cone. I just relaxed all around. Okay, oh, there we go. Nuvo glue to the win. There. I use this one for like precision tips. I'm not a big fan of the Stampin' Up! Precision glue pen, so I use this one. Don't tell anybody. All right, this is gonna go on the right side of our card, just right there. I had to get the contraband out. I need the liquid glue for that one. On the back of this sentiment, we're gonna add dimensionals. And yes, the beach was amazing. I got a good parking spot, which I was very happy about. Good parking. I didn't have to go very far down the beach to find a spot because my wagon was getting stuck in the sand when I was trying to pull it. But luckily it was like right when I walked on the beach, I found a spot. So that was perfect. And yeah, I was right up against the dunes, so I didn't have to worry about anybody being behind me and kind of like getting in my space. It was perfect. It was a great beach day. Read my book. I brought a lunch, so I had some lunch out there, and it was just a nice, relaxing afternoon until I started to get a little crispy, and then I had to come home. So there is our last card today featuring the Painted Lavender stamps. So the only thing I put on this is the dies. Like I said, that sentiment, just choose your own. So I'll bring in all three cards here that we created today, and you can let me know which one is your favorite. We have our florals all ready to go here. Very floral. I don't normally create a lot of floral projects, but I liked this one because it's not too overly flowers and it's really fun to kind of mix and match. So let me know which one. We've got the Fresh Freesia card, our Lost Lagoon, and then our basic white card. So let me know in the comments which one is your favorite here today. All right, well, thank you for joining me for another week of Makers Monday. Don't forget, if you want to create these projects, I offer them in a class kit to go. Place an order on my website, stampandblondie.com. There's a website right down here to go to my shopping link, $35 prior to shipping and tax, and I will send you these projects this week. Now, as a reminder, because next week is Labor Day, there won't be a Makers Monday. I'll be traveling, so I hope you guys have a great Labor Day weekend. End of summer, you get out to do some fun things, and I will see you in 2 weeks for kicking off fall crafting. I can't believe it's fall time already. I'm so excited for pumpkin season. I look forward to seeing you then, and until then, have a great